Hello retro gamers, going back to the gaming roots today. Got another delivery of something, and it's the Lynx Mark I. So I've had a couple of these many years ago. I was kind of a bit sad that I moved them on. This one I have more nostalgia for than the two. I picked up a two recently with some dubious sound. But I finally got a Mark I. This is the one that I remember playing around a friend's house in, I think this came out in 89, and it would have been, I think it's secondary school, so around the maybe 91, 92. And I like the form factor, it's just really big and bulky. I've got a Game Gear here for comparison, and yeah, you can see the size difference. Not really something that you ram in your pocket, but I do like the form factor. Even though as a Sega man, you have to like the Lynx, and obviously the DNA of the Commodore Amiga through Dave Needle, RJ Michael, two Amiga designers contributed to the design of the Lynx. So I picked this up. It came with a couple of games, Steel Talons and Shanghai, both boxed, which is quite nice. Prices on these are creeping up, I've noticed. I've also got the official Atari power supply, which comes in impossibly long, probably one of the longest in class power supply leads, which is insane. It's a little bit wonky. It wasn't advertised, it wasn't shown as working, which is always a bit dubious. But I have already tried it out, and it's in reasonably clean condition, because you've got to be careful when you buy some of these. You can get the screws. There's a screw here, if you see on the back. Sometimes people use the wrong screws in the wrong places, and it can protrude and damage the plastic here. So certainly on the front, cosmetically looks good. On the back, obviously, we've got some wear. Sometimes I think you can get the plastic can wear down, so you get like a browning effect. So this one looks relatively clean. You've obviously got to be very careful. I know a lot of these can get fried. You can see the power supply here, the tip. I can't believe they designed it this way, but you could really put it into the headphones and fry things. But this one should obviously go here into the power. And I found, and having read, it's quite common for the buttons, I think the contacts or the traces to not be great. I have to say, I do struggle turning this on. Yeah, there is a real knack to it. I'm having to like really push the button down and in, but it does work. Brightness seems to behave as it should. Audio. So audio is good, but what's interesting between the Mark I and the Mark II is Mark II stereo. This is mono sound, and you've still got that flip business going on as well, so you can so now I could invert it if I want to be a right-hander rather than the lefty. But they are lovely machines, and the box games are good. Steel Talons, they're boxed. Box condition looks all right. It's got the manual. I think there's a registration card knocking around in there as well. That's always a nice thing. No, it's not a registration card. It's a warranty card. Lovely. Shanghai. Yeah, I kind of like these games. It's like Mahjong, or however you say it. Yeah, kind of associated more with the Japanese scene. And the power supply, I think it was 70 quid all in, which is about on the money. I think it would have been nice to have got the original box, but that isn't doing the rounds. So the brightness is here, the volume is here. I will probably take this apart and just clean the pads on the back. There's something, as I say, you have to kind of like flick it down and then push it in. There's a very specific, peculiar knack to powering this thing on, so that obviously needs taken care of. But yeah, the Lynx I, as I say, a bit of Amiga DNA in there. Interesting, because obviously it was designed in the Bay Area in Silicon Valley, but is made in Japan. Yeah, there we are, Sunnyvale, California, near where my US offices are headquartered, actually. So yeah, lovely thing. Did want a Mark I. Screen looks good, audio good, albeit mono. Just need to take care of this power button, because that's a very funky, wonky thing that needs sorting. But anyway, happy gaming, everyone, and yeah, catch you all later.